Hi everyone, hello and welcome to this reading. This will be a general collective reading, so it may or may not resonate for you. And I ask, as always, that you please trust your own intuition and use your discernment with regards to the messages that come out here today. I feel like for some of you, there may not be a message for you in particular within this reading, but it may be for someone who you know. Okay, so keep an ear out for that. I'll be using the Wild Unknown Archetypes and the Wild Unknown Alchemy Oracle today. So let's dive right in and see what the spirits want to share with us today. Okay. We had the new moon in Taurus, I think it was last weekend. So I don't know about you guys, but the energy for me has been feeling much more stable, much more grounded. And I didn't even really work with the new moon energy, you know, on that night. So I feel like even regardless of whether you did a meditation or a ritual, we are probably feeling the effects of that new moon. Okay. For me, it's been quite positive. I feel grounded. I feel feel good. So let me know how you guys are getting on energy wise. We have coagulation coming out here. Okay, I'm going to go to the guidebook for this one because I don't think I've ever gotten this card. And we have winter. Okay, so winter is hermit energy. It's going inward. It's can also be a lack energy, I feel, that comes to mind. So we'll see what this coagulation is, and yeah, let's get one of these. Yeah, this came out in the pre-shuffle. Okay, this is kind of giving me sort of, you know, winter vibes here as well, the empty room. And I feel like let's get two more. Oh. The Starborn. One more. Oh, okay, two more. We have Gnosis. And we have the River. Okay, this fell completely like, you know, upright. So we have the Self here at the bottom of the deck. So what this is telling me is that, you know, flow. All right, the river flows. So let's go to the guidebook for this coagulation. And I will actually read what she says about winter because we'll do winter first. Where are we? Seasons. Okay, so winter, solace, the pause, the hermit. In alchemy, winter comes first. It is the beginning, the origin. As winter casts its blanket of stillness across the land, we naturally turn inward. The mind and heart settle into Earth's darkest season. From this place of quiet, a single flame reconnects us to the mystery of our existence and the miracle of the breath. Regardless of when this card appears, it indicates we are suspended in Mother Earth's pause. This is not the time for doing, going, or getting. The alchemist knows winter opens the portal to the divine. Magic is afoot under the surface. In the glimmering snow and sparkling ice, we see winter's water in crystalline form, each droplet a prism in the mystic realm. Don't get caught up in the gloom or isolation of this season. Rather, spin toward the sacred light. Spring will come in time. To ponder the activity within dormancy. Okay, so I feel like this is the energy that we are moving away from, as opposed to you know, what we're moving into. You know, we're moving into summer now, but it was a very, very long winter. I don't know about overseas, but here in Ireland it still feels like winter some days. So so not just like in the 3D, but you know, it's like things took longer to kind of to blossom here. Okay. And I feel that on an energy level as well. Oh, interesting. So this coagulation also speaks about stuckness. Okay, so solidity, adherence, and stuckness. Coagulatio is the great alchemical operation of Earth. By way of this operation, we experience that which was fluid churning into a solid formation. The formerly disparate ingredients begin adhering together into a fixed and solid unit. The result is visible, reliable, and eventually concrete. When you hear the phrase, "it is finally taking shape," coagulation is underway. The shadow aspect of coaglatio is that the elements may have come together without much awareness, and in turn they become unconsciously attached. Inertia and resentment set in. The parts can no longer separate, even if they wish to. Many long-term relationships have coaglatio aspects. I don't know why that word is so hard. A naturally occurring codependency by which both parties feel unseen or unknown as individuals. The work of coaglatio is to experience the merging with other while not losing oneself in the mush. To ponder merging into traffic. Okay, so for some of you, I feel like with this winter card, okay, there was this maybe gloomy energy. For some of you, it may have felt gloomy, all right? Because maybe you're used to going, getting things done, and this, you know, hermit energy was uncomfortable for you, maybe. For some of you, it was, you know, you enjoy that energy. You like being alone. You enjoy your own company. And for others of you, with this coaglatio, hey, I said it. Something has come together unbeknownst to you. Okay, so maybe you found yourself in a bit of a negative mindset, and so you I got the urge to light the Palo Santo. You, unaware to yourself, have managed to manifest something that is not what you really want. Okay, so some sort of mindset that you had fallen into is now coming together. It's taking shape, and you know, it's not what you want. So this is for someone who's maybe been running on autopilot, okay, and not being mindful, letting your thoughts run away with you, and being drawn to the self here. You may have, you may be now pointing fingers at others, or, you know, getting annoyed at the universe, or, you know, getting annoyed at circumstance, but the, you know, Spirit is bringing you back to self, okay? This is something that you have manifested. Your current situation is something that you have brought together because you have been running on autopilot, for want of a better term. So we have the empty room, we have the starborn, Gnosis, and the river. Okay, so with the empty room here, okay, this card can speak about lack, okay? However, it is also potential. It's full of potential, and you're being asked to sit in the not knowing, okay? If you are feeling stuck or lost, you don't need to know what is next, okay? There is an element of patience required here, okay? I've been talking about how we are finding our true selves, like really coming into alignment within ourselves, really getting in touch with our soul selves, okay? And when you have, you know, shed all that you were not, all that you know, have been maybe holding on to for years and years, it can be kind of, you know, can be this empty room, okay? There may be an element of loss that's happened here. Maybe you've lost friends, you've lost, you know, maybe jobs, or whatever it is that you've lost, and now it's like, who am I? What am I? You know, what's next? The answers will come to you, okay? And moving on to the Starborn card, this card speaks about destiny, okay? And that there is, whatever your beliefs, this is, you know, not everyone believes in destiny, but in the guidebook she speaks of how when we are born, how when the baby crowns, the stars are aligned in a particular way and it maps out the destiny of that child. Okay, so you're being asked to kind of go back to childhood. And it's interesting because I was thinking about this when I before I started setting up, how I've lived my whole life more molding and morphing to the people around me, to the situations around me, just always adapting, very, very moldable. I could be anything that anyone wanted, just to fit in, just to belong. And now it's, I spent so long being like, who am I, because my trauma began at a very young age, from 2 or 3. And so I was like, who was I before that? I can't remember that. But it's within you, okay? If that's the question that you're asking, it does lie within you, okay? The answers that you're seeking, they're within you. They are not outside of you, okay? And then moving on to Gnosis, this speaks of the innermost knowing, the mystic truths, okay? So this is a card of knowing but not knowing. All right, this is the card of the mystic. It's for people who are drawn to esoteric studies and the big vast universe, and there's also there's a need to accept that you may never know, saying a lot, aren't I? You may never know why, for example, your life has played out the way it has. You may never know the true purpose behind it, but your soul knows, if that makes sense. The self knows. There's a real message here about not worrying about it. You don't need to know all the answers, okay? You do know at a soul level, and that's what matters. So be okay with not knowing, all right? And with the river here, so I did say at the beginning that it was about flow, as rivers do flow. The river card is washing away the shame, the judgment. This card asks for forgiveness, okay? And like I said, it fell completely upright, okay? So you're being asked to accept what's past, accept yourself, forgive yourself, let go of shame, let go of whatever it is, okay? Something is being washed away, and it's happening at deeper levels than you are aware of, okay? But do be mindful of what's going on in your mind, okay? Because like I said with this coagulation card, you are manifesting more situations steeped in worry and anxiety, because you're worried about not having all the answers. You're worried about what's next. You will be shown the way, okay? I don't know how, but trust your intuition, trust your the signs that you're receiving. All right, you're just being asked now to be okay with not knowing what's next, and to sit in patience, in quiet, and really get in touch with what's going on within you, okay? Because if you keep stressing, you keep worrying, you keep, either living in the past or living in the future, you're bringing more of that together, okay? Unaware to yourself. It's not what you want, but because that's what you are focused on, that's what you are manifesting, okay? So, and I am noticing this horse here, okay? So we're talking about the fire horse here as well. We are in the year of the fire horse. There is a big shift in consciousness happening. Oh dear, my card's upside down. No, okay, we've got the sun in the reverse. This is not negative, okay? The sun is never negative, but it is, we've got the tower at the bottom. It is telling me that there is joy, there is this happiness, this childlike, I want to say serenity available to you. but you can't see it because you're focused on the lack, on the gloom, the doom, the empty room. I didn't mean to rhyme there. Okay. I feel like this tower is going to come in a way that's not necessarily, you know, horrific, but it's going to be like an aha moment, you know. The Sun to the Tower. You really need to shift your perspective here. Okay, things are falling apart so that new can be built. Okay, there's an imbalance here with this Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, you need to find, and I did have the Lovers at the bottom of the deck as well, okay, which speaks about alignment also. And we have the Hierophant here, okay, so learning a lesson, being open to learning, okay, and this kind of links in with this Gnosis here too. And we have the Magician. I saw him in the pre-shuffle. So you are manifesting, okay, we are always manifesting, and what your focus is on is what you're going to manifest more of, okay. So you need to try and restore balance here. You need to try and find the, you know, that the little crack of light in the darkness, okay. Whatever your situation is, there is something to be grateful for. There is something always to be happy about, okay. The more you focus on this, the more of that you're going to get, okay. So there's a real need to get in touch with that inner child, okay, to liberate that inner child, to have some fun, not take everything so seriously all the time, okay. And I know that, like, some of you, if you're in really terrible situations, you're probably like, you know, like giving me the middle finger right now. I get it. I totally get it. I've been there. I do still go there, you know, but if you can find one thing each day that you're grateful for, whether that's, you know, your partner, your best friend, your home, the roof over your head, you know, the food in your fridge, your child, whatever it is, your pet, and try and focus on that, and it really will change things, okay, little by little, day by day. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up here, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please continue to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.